What's up, mortals? Today we're reacting to a MAX0RS video about Doom Eternal, and yeah, I'm gonna confess I have never played the game. Yeah, you heard that correctly, but this was really recommended to me by people over at Twitter and Discord, so I'm gonna give it a try. Maybe it will also make me buy the game. Oh god, a light axe. An axe made of light. Oh, not that Among Us jokes, bro.
Doom Eternal is a game with so much testosterone dripping from its orifices that it caused me to create a son via mitosis. In this
Very
adventure,
normal,
you play
I guess.
as John Doom, a man stricken with irrationally severe autism who does not consider or think through his actions and effects on other people. And
Just
in
like
his
me.
quest to save mankind, kills God, God, and Satan God.
How many gods is that? God, Satan God. That's 5 gods, okay?
He's also himself. If this in-depth and engaging hardcore male gameplay sounds appealing, then I've got the game for you. This game is of course the sequel to the critically acclaimed Doom 2016 with a few key differences.
Never played it.
Buddy, I'm going to shit yourself. Which meeting...
Come again? You're going to what? Bro, what is that? Where is that from? I need to know. Like, what is the origin of that whole meme?
Extends and builds off of the gameplay and challenges that we love, then extends them some more off of a fucking cliff until the product that emerges out the other side resembles crack concentrate. If you're watching this, I'm assuming you've probably played the game, since I don't actually want to help people buy things. I'm here to entertain people, and if you're clamoring for entertainment and haven't purchased this game yet, do yourself a favor. There's enough male hormones here to transition someone, and I can guarantee you results.
Did I just see a cannon shooting at Mars? Or well, was it Mars? I don't know. A red planet is Mars, I guess. But yeah, did that just happen? If so, that I'm gonna buy the game right now and play it.
Hello, Sigma males. So whether you're a psychopath like me or new to modern Doom games, come with me on this amazing journey through Twitch gameplay, beautiful environments, nonsensically fucked up lore, and remixed Mongolian throat singing. For money is temporary,
yes, we're very
but
entertaining,
Doom
yes.
is eternal.
What is this music, bro? It's like weirdly nice to listen to.
Not for reasons that you would think. Everything in Doom Eternal is funneled directly into a single, robust, multifaceted, multinational,
Bro, there's so much going on the freaking screen.
Game is built around.
I don't know what to see.
That's every game ever. Yes. Every good game ever. If I, for instance, became 12 and booted up GTA 5, I would be able to do at least a dozen unfun activities.
Yeah, GTA 5
design is focused harder
is
than the
very,
Persona
I
fan
don't
on
know.
his local playground, and that is special. You will
Everyone that buy me again? Run that by me again. What do you
I
mean?
would be able to do at least a dozen unfun activities. Doom's
Wait.
design is focused harder than the average Persona fan on his local playground.
Keep it together. This is not a try not to laugh, but I'll try not to laugh. Actually, I'm gonna laugh. Bro, what do you mean a Persona fan? Okay, yeah, this has already sold me on the game.
And that is special. You will play the game in the way that is fun, or you will lose. So as good as 2016 was, a Polygon journalist
So basically
could
get
the first
good.
Half, and that's unacceptable.
Yeah, as you can see,
yes,
get good.
It's actually unfun to play games after having a lobotomy. In other games, I get to choose between things like stealth.
Oh god,
vehicles, or
Cyberpunk, I
outright
remember
combat.
this.
Yet Doom Eternal asks the question, why not force you to use every mechanic all the time without stopping? In a world where AAA
Multitasking is a disaster for me. I don't know if I can handle that, but then again, I'm gonna give it a try.
Studios try to pander to everyone. It's refreshing to have a game that sets out to do one thing the best, and actually have developers who give a shit about linear design and gameplay. And the main component of that gameplay is the arsenal, because John Doom uses every weapon throughout the game. The first shotgun is used in the last level, and the last level is used by the first shotgun. When you get an upgrade, it isn't a replacement.
Yes, it makes
it's a
good
genuine
sense,
addition to
yes.
your arsenal. Every one of them has specific uses, and yet these don't interfere at all. They Hands. How do I kill an enemy? Well, shoot his hands off. Fire a rocket. Fire a ballista. Fire flame.
I mean,
fire on his freeze and fright.
effective.
Shotgun. Brain. And just as
Very
important as
effective,
how you
yeah.
kill is how you heal and how you restore. Fortunately, the aggression of this game rivals my dog in a kindergarten. Like real life, the only
Yes, a pit bull named Princess. Bro, there are too many high quality jokes in here. I'm trying to keep myself like it's together. It's not working. Help!
is to kill
Help
them.
me.
How do I heal when low? Kill them. How do I get ammo back? Kill them with a chainsaw. In addition, most weapons in the game have 2 mods which completely change their behavior. Such stunning examples would be the microwave beam, the automatic shotgun, and the fucking destroyer blade. God, that shit's cool. But on top of 8 weapons, 12 mods, and a declining mental state, we keep going. More than any one weapon, you'll be using your suit abilities, and they all have individual buttons.
Shit.
In addition to the 8 that you use for weapons,
Crap.
these would be things like zoom for fast, grenade for death, Swedish grenade for life, punch for no reason, and a flamethrower for armor. I play Invoker in Dota 2, and this shit makes me play my keyboard like it's a fucking Moonlight Sonata. I thoroughly recommend playing PC. And
Bro, I can
never
only
using a
imagine.
weapon wheel.
I can only imagine playing this game and being like just hearing the keyboard sounds. It's gonna be like just freaking keyboard typing noises. I'm not gonna type my keyboard. It's gonna ruin the whole thing.
For maximal Ritalin output. And if you can't switch weapons fast or play on easy mode, that's fine, man. We're all busy.
Never. I will play the most difficult mode and beat it. I finished Elden Ring. I can finish this too.
How about I give you 2 more buttons? You thought I was done. There's 2 ways to kill a demon in Doom Eternal. The fun way or the funny way. And to maximize the funniness level, we have the Crucible.
I was about to say the lightsaber. Pretty close. It's basically like that. It's a saber made of light, but it's a sword. It's a sword saber.
Which is a direct,
Sword
instantaneous kill
lightsaber.
on every enemy. Giant area boss, dead. Previous area boss, dead. The final boss, fuck 'em. Now I hear you thinking, Josh, that sounds pretty strong. Oh boy.
Bro, I don't know why I'm laughing at that,
Super weapon
like
on
the
my
most
extensive
normal
list of
ones
things
and
is
not the actual
BFG,
funny ones.
Which canonically stands for big fucking gun. Also canonically, it fires a hole directly into the core of Mars.
I did say that looked like Mars and a cannon shooting at Mars. I'm sold. I'm gonna play the game now.
You can't just shoot a hole into the surface of Mars.
Yeah,
Now,
well,
I
think
could kill an enemy
again,
the long way,
Doctor
or I could
or
shoot him
Robot.
and his dog faster than the ATF at Waco. It clears out everything you can see instantly. I am so thankful the game limits how many times you can do this. Now, I understand that at first this may seem complicated, but that just isn't true because the entire game is effectively a tutorial for hard mode. And because you're always learning as you play, it never feels stale. Doom even lets you choose what stats and runes to upgrade. I spec'd entirely into mobility and ammo, making my character a flimsy, crack-addled spider monkey. As a side note,
Ironically, I do play like characters who are fast, but like full glass cannons, high damage, high speed, high everything. But if they get hit, they're done. So far, it's gonna be looking very bad for me if I get one-shotted.
we should release dozens or possibly hundreds of macaques into New York City. They can survive there. Why does Thailand get to keep all of the good monkeys? So what more is there to learn about Doom Eternal? Well, have you ever given thought to the various unwashed baboons that I'm fighting? The answer
No.
will shock you. Those are the... As you may have guessed, there are at least 3, perhaps 4 demons in the game, which is a
Yes,
lot
Matt.
for someone who is a small,
Very good
blonde
Matt.
anime lolly such as myself. But it's the variety of the
We're
demons
not
that
into
make the
lollies.
game interesting.
We're into
Demons
dom
can
mommies.
fly, they can roll around like hedgehogs, contract obesity, and be
What did I just glimpse
the
at?
game interesting.
Give me a sec.
Demons can fly, they can roll around like hedgehogs.
What is this abomination that I'm seeing? What is that? I know it's Sonic, but you know what? Continue. I feel uncomfortable looking at it. I feel like my generations to come are gonna be cursed due to it. Yeah,
Contract
continue,
OPC
please.
and be bastards. Who is Sandy Loam? Who is Tsushima? Amy Rose? I didn't know she could stand. The point of the entire game, therefore,
Bro.
is to balance targets, switch
Bro,
weapons,
you cannot
and
do
scream
that.
eternally as you repeatedly fail to be cool.
I mean, you
just
can.
like
You have
high
free
school.
will.
What I'm getting at is every demon has completely different behavior and goals from one another. The Doom Hunter rolls around in a comically small tank. The zombies, like us, exist to die. And the Marauder produces controversy. He does a lot of damage, blocks your attacks, fights you at wild speeds, and can only be attacked after blatantly signaling so. I personally have no issue with him, as I find the challenge fun and engaging. And if you don't,
Yeah, it's not
I'm
fun.
saying you're
I
wrong. I'm
I
saying
can
you're
already
bad.
tell
I'm
from
not
the
getting into
visual
details
experience
for
it's
each
not
one,
gonna be
since
fun to
that's not
fight
funny,
that
but
guy.
don't worry, there are 27 of them without DLC. And if you're wondering why I'm
Okay,
fighting the entire
that's
cast of
a lot.
Dante's Inferno, you're actually the minority.
Hey, I
This
actually
game
played
tries
Devil
in
May
every
Cry,
way to
okay,
be
that's good.
exposition collectible. Why is there just a fucking big spear in the planet, and why is heaven comprised entirely of moth people?
You cannot.
Okay, I just saw something that I found familiar.
Big spear in the planet, and why is heaven comprised entirely of moth people?
I actually read that. Okay, I actually read this. Don't ask me how I found out the source to this, but yeah, I read this completely.
Cannot stop the process.
It's fucked up. It's not.
It feels like
It's
one
not
guy wrote the
vanilla,
events of
it's
the
not
game,
wholesome.
And another guy invented LSD just to write the backstory. So I'm going to combine both of them into a single, accurate interpretation of the Doom lore. If I say something objectionable, just pretend that it's right.
Yeah. I'm gonna pretend like that, yeah. Bro, did
1
that.
Brazilian years ago, there was a guy named The Dad who was effectively God, and he made moths in lamp heaven called the Makers.
So wait. If the dad is God, does every joke he make is a God joke or a dad joke? I mean, I think they're both the same thing at that point, but
Every
Continue.
10,000 years, all moths combine their collective consciousness into one gigamoth called the Con Maker, who is the Moth Pope. So the moths rule
why is
the
he using the
galaxy,
same
sort of,
damn
until
sauce?
Earth happens, and then we start
I don't want to
fucking
look at that. I don't
the
want
Moth
to.
Pope finds John
I don't
Doe
wanna
after
go
a
to
spree
the
of
freaking
murders,
dark
and explains
side.
to her that yes, hell exists. It's weird that humans knew about hell before God. Anyways, the Moth Pope, after finding out that hell is real, very reasonably decides to sacrifice a planet to it. See, it
Very
turns out
reasonable,
that
yes,
God
well,
literally
you should
pieced the
always do
fuck
that.
out like 10 million years ago and let the moths do whatever they wanted. So now the Con Maker cannot be replaced and cannot die, so she sort of goes insane from the constant immortality
Did I just say I should install Genshin Impact?
wanted. So now the Con Maker cannot be replaced and cannot die, so she sort of goes insane from the constant
She is already lost to us. We cannot do anything. Cleave pre-triggered, yeah, that's true, but don't go into the gacha grind. I know. 4,500 hours in Genshin. I hit every single second of it.
mortality. Now the plan is
I quit though. So that's good.
to get some of that sweet hell energy by repeatedly sacrificing entire planets to the Dark Lord in exchange for it. Meanwhile, a sentient robot named Samuel Hayden is very busy on Mars. Earth has this problem called climate change, and we need to find a new energy source. So instead of something hard and difficult like solar power, Samuel Hayden is like, what if we extract this cool blue energy from hell? Also, it's on Mars.
So this guy is basically the Elon Musk of that world. Got it. Makes sense.
Earth does this until Hell begins breaking into Mars and John Doom stops them, which is the plot of Doom 2016. This makes Samuel Hayden mad because he's funded by the Koch brothers and really doesn't want to build a windmill. So instead of destroying the demonic crucible, he just brings it back to Earth and catapults John Doom into the backstory planet. If you think that sounds unreasonable, just remember that we considered blotting out the sun before building a fucking solar panel.
I only poo-poo farted for the good of humanity.
Oh no, not the poo-poo
Unsurprisingly,
fart.
demons invade to recycle Earth into blue energy for the Moth Pope, so John Doom has to fight both Catholics and Hell. And as you go through the game,
I mean,
you might notice that it just brings
that's
up
pretty
random shit
badass.
at will.
Nice.
Like, oh sorry, the Soul Factory is being held there by 2 gigantic titans, and it's like, okay, I guess Attack on Titan is real now. Doomslayer, you'll need this knife to kill my son. Oh shit, what'd he do? He's the giant uncontrollable demon titan. The plot of the main game, too.
How did he make that work? I mean, I think you doing it with giant. I mean, I don't know the lore, but I'm going off of visual speculation that yeah, doing it with a giant will not work.
understated, is psychotic and acts as an increasing checklist of galactically convoluted tasks. Just in this one game, John Doom finds an ancient city like 3 times, goes to the North Pole to kill Santa, fights Croatia, does a little trolling, does a little cockfighting, invades heaven, and permanently kills God, but we'll get back to that. Doom 2016 took place
All
on
in a day's
Mars,
work,
but this
apparently.
game has you slung around the universe on a fucking bungee cord, so I understand completely when people say they don't play Doom Eternal for the plot. They're just wrong. I play Doom Eternal for the plot, and that might sound strange to you, but Eternal's plot is pure insanity, and it does everything that it needs to. We are painfully aware that the plot exists as a contrivance because the environmental designer went fucking ballistic. I just don't care. I played every single level, gleefully wondering, oh boy, what stupid shit is next? I cannot fucking wait. So play the game for the plot. It is integral to the experience of Doom Eternal. Oh, but Maxor, there's a plot hole. How did the Doomslayer get the first? Everything I've said so far, except some of it, applies in full part.
Except some of it. What is that, 90%?
Partially to the base game, but there's $40 dues of
$40,
DLC.
bro.
The gameplay is faster, the challenge harder.
Bro,
and the
that's a
plot
lot for me.
somehow even fucking
But if
worse
it's
in all
worth
the
it,
right
I'll
departments.
consider buying that.
2016 was a wash. Eternal is Usain Bolt, and the Ancient
Uh-huh.
Gods is fucking Venezuelan inflation. You thought
Okay,
it was
that's
over
not
when
good.
John Doom beat the demons and destroyed all of heaven, but you were wrong. That's just the beginning. And with both parts of the DLC now fully out, my recommendation cannot be understated. Let's get into why, and more importantly, what.
We're not even gonna say it. Holy
This section of the
shit.
video is
Holy
going to be
crap, that
different,
looks
far
cool.
more structural and aligned with the plot of the DLC. Because the gameplay isn't what's new about the product, it's the challenge and the story. I originally wrote an entire script for this and then trashed it because it doesn't truly communicate how this DLC drove me to insanity, and I hardcore
Understandable.
sipping for 2D women. I will tell you if there's a
Okay.
very big gameplay change. but the
Ganyu,
point of the
I
DLC
understand.
is more of what's amazing. If you like Doom Eternal, you will like the DLC. Period. Okay, so Samuel Hayden, you might know him for his various appearances on political YouTube debates.
AKA the
advocating
Elon Musk
carbon
of that world,
positivity.
yeah.
It turns out that he's not a robot, he's a fucking angel. Also, John Doom's Alexa is God. That's not a joke.
What is this plot? What is this plot? I mean, sure. Good enough.
Or exaggeration. His name is Vega, and he is the physical remnant of God's consciousness in AI form. So Samuel, now a fucking divine being, wants you to revive him since both God and Satan are trapped in volleyballs. At this point, the video can't count as spoilers because it
If they're both volleyballs, just freaking alley-oop and boom. Just do that.
makes no fucking sense.
Play
The first
volleyball with
DLC
them.
is essentially trolling because you kill God. Why?
Okay,
Well,
one
obviously
volleyball,
to revive
minus
Satan
one volleyball.
exclusively so you can fight him.
What could go wrong?
Of particular note here on the gameplay side is the final boss, who is Samuel Hayden. Because holy shit, this fight is hard. Also, the premise is ridiculous, and my enjoyment of the game is hurt by neither. Every aspect of this is speedy, fun, and everything else I've already said about the game in general. And when you finally beat Samuel and revive the Dark Lord, it turns out he's you. Yeah.
What in the identity crisis is this?
The only thing in the world that could possibly kill John Doom. Himself.
I mean,
No blood can be spilled.
god damn, that's a cool voice.
Then this
He's gonna try again, isn't he? Makes sense.
So now the not you decides to go to hell where we all belong, and the second DLC is just chasing him. This is of course where the testosterone moves into critical levels. How does one get to the capital city of hell? Well, that's a great question. First of all, go
Cleveland.
to the planet of Argentinur, light the bat signal, learn how to train your dragon, okay? Go into the giant spear that pierces the entire planet for some reason, get the key to the Gate of Divum. Now go back to Earth, traverse The Last of Us 2, and find the Gate of Divum. But before I get to the final showdown with Crash Bandicoot Twin Sanity, there's some cool gameplay I want to talk about. You have a fucking hammer in this DLC. Primarily,
How much more do you want? Do you want from me? A hammer. Oh god, the urges.
to defy the laws of
The
gravity,
urges
but
to hammer
secondarily
stuff.
gives you everything in the game. Health, no problem. Ammo, absolutely. My deepest, darkest urges, yes. As I used this, I became more obsessed with hammers than Bob the fucking Builder. And there's plenty of
Nice,
reasons to
nice,
use it up,
nice.
since the DLC adds a shitload of reskins. For instance, the Spirit is a congealed amphetamine mass that makes every infested target 3 times faster. Microsoft
Well,
paid
that's-
who is fun to
that's
fight
gonna
my
be a
promise.
pain, huh?
And the Blood Makers. They are my original OC Do not steal it. So now that we've reached Cleveland, it's time for
Nice.
the DLC to gain style. This is the culmination of all of our work. The final battle against Satan himself. And holy shit, you can feel it. When the Sentinel army shows up and everyone's ready to kick ass, you just can't help but feel like your dick is being tickled. Cleveland lives up to the hype.
Excuse me?
For once,
Okay.
because it's a
I'm gonna say it right here. This scene looks like from Avengers Infinity War. I'm just gonna say it. This looks like Thanos versus the Avengers. Period.
You just can't help but feel like your dick is being tickled. Cleveland lives up to the hype too, for once, because it's a
once.
non-stop battle of epic proportions right up until the final boss. This is a universe which implicitly acknowledges your godlike power by making the only credible threat to you your identical twin with red eyes in a Gundam. That is called fucking gameplay, and
That's so cool. That's bro. That's everything you would ever want.
it's a beautiful send-off
A
right up until
Gundam.
the man himself, who awkwardly waddles around the arena like a penguin, but that's fine, the fight is still cool.
Punch.
Wow, you know, it's so sad that Steve Jobs died of Ligma.
Oh god, not this joke.
Steve Jobs. Ligma balls. Got him!
John Doom committed shortly after the making of this film. Ah, god.
Now, before we defenestrate, there's a few details I want to talk about that truly complete this game, make it a real 10 out of good. First,
Yeah, I was about to say, that, like, this looks like 11 out of 10.
So much. How do you make metal without a guitar? Well, you sample Mongolian throat singing and your lawnmower. It just sounds so good. Normally, music isn't very important, but it's so good that it becomes important. And the role it plays in setting your mood is vital. Also, the main composer...
Yeah, that's true.
like
I'm...
me, watches virtual YouTubers every waking second
Okay, that's good information for the time he watches me. No, he will not.
of his day. Great minds think alike. In fact, most of the music in this video is just Doom Eternal soundtrack. Guess you'll have to rewatch it over and over again to really listen.
Nice.
Finally, this
Nice.
game looks really good. Not in a, oh wow, look at all these particles I'm stroking out way. It's more like, how does literally anyone have
Yeah.
time to model all of the geometry in the game? It is unreal. It is
The
so
maps are
downright
crazy.
inspired that it makes you feel
Like,
bad
as
while playing.
far as
Doom
I'm
Eternal
concerned,
is
the
such a
maps
fast and
are
pulse-pounding
way
game that's
too
like
much.
sprinting through the fucking Louvre. How am I supposed to appreciate the Mona Lisa when it looks like this? Should you buy the game? Yes, I am.
I
very
mean,
biased.
become
Speed
Kiro
action is what
Yoshikage.
you crave, and you want to
You can appreciate the Mona Lisa when you become Kira Yoshikage and just, you know, you guys get the joke.
induce cardiac arrest early, this is your game. I would like
Some
to
of you.
thank the Demonic Brotherhood funding this channel in exchange for their souls. If you would like to engage in blood sacrifice
Nice.
on my behalf, you can head to my
Good
Patreon
video.
to learn more. Thank you all
Well,
for watching, and of course,
Thank
run,
you
they're
for
coming.
the entertainment, MAX0RS. Hey, he sold me on the game though. I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna probably record some stuff on it too if I want, but I'm gonna definitely play it. It looks so good, bro. So yeah, if you enjoyed the reaction, I'll be sure to leave a like and sub, and maybe comment your next reaction video suggestion to me in the comments. And yeah, this is the first time I'm doing something like this, so I'm kind of nervous. It will flesh out, you don't have to worry about that. So yeah, I'll see you all soon. Peace.